All right, we're in a situation in American politics right now where I think everyone is sick to death of propaganda. They have had it up to their eyeballs. And I always lean to look at this New York City mayoral race because I think it's really fascinating what happened. Zohran Mamdani won a lot of districts that Trump won. And that's a really interesting point of reference. The same thing happened with AOC. She won districts that also Trump won. And we all need to pay attention to this because the Democratic Party is stubborn and wants to stay on the centrist message. The last two elections that we stayed on the centrist message, Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, we got our ass beat by a man that speaks like a second grader, that can't blend his makeup, that's a convicted felon, cheats on his wife. I can go on and on and on about how incompetent he is. And when Democrats take this populist message to the people, people come out in droves for it because that's the problem in America. Wealth inequality. It is not sustainable and very untenable, the system the way it is. And everybody's noticing this. People on the left, people on the right are noticing that if the Democrats actually grow a pair and get rid of AIPAC donations, get rid of being beholden to corporations and lean into grassroots money, they not only win, they win resoundingly. And Laura Loomer, Trump's number one top advisor, which I could do a whole nother podcast on that entirely, she's noticed this. And I want to put up this tweet and then I want to talk about what she says. She says to Zohran Mamdani, your mom let you stay in her $2 million condo in Chelsea. Why are you pandering? You are rich. You are a Nepo baby. This is something that I think is really interesting is people on the right, empathy is so foreign to them that they assume that if you have money or access to money or comfortable or even rich, why on earth wouldn't you fight for your own needs? And Laura Loomer just showed right there how morally depraved she is by saying, if you have money, you have to be a piece of shit. What other option do you have? What Laura Loomer misses is that a lot of people are financially stable, but feel a moral calling to fight for the marginalized. They feel that none of us are free until all of us are free. They see that, like, for example, I come in, I have two careers. I do this podcast, I do interior design, and I do really well for myself. But I don't think I work any harder than an Amazon driver or than a 7-Eleven clerk or than a waitress that has two kids. I don't think I work any harder than that person. And the moral superiority that the right feels over people because they have money is so disgusting. And I've had a lot of people in the comment section to us, they assume we're getting paid by the DNC or we're getting paid by George Soros. No, we're just not assholes. That's what it is. And they try to demonize. They're going after AOC right now, saying that, oh, she grew up rich and she's lying about her past, which none of that is true. But they cannot fundamentally understand that if you have means and you have a financial cushion, that you wouldn't just fight for you only in solitaire to have more money yourself. They can't understand empathy at all.
Well, I think a lot of that from my personal experience, that comes from being a Christian, where it is individual relationship with God. You are better if you are a Christian than somebody else. So why would you have a moral compass that guides you to help humanity when they are different than you? Because you are superior and you can sit in judgment of them. So the empathy problem and the evangelical movement, in my mind, are super intertwined.
I completely agree because every evangelical I've ever met lacks empathy entirely. I mean, I tell this story a lot, but my son was on a basketball team. The majority of the kids were Black. There were 3 white kids, my son, and then 2 others. The other 2 white families sent their kids to a private Christian hate academy. And both parents moved very rapidly to get their kids off the team after about 10 games. And they said they didn't want to feel like they had to pay for Black kids. They said that to my face. And I thought, I'm the atheist on this team, and y'all are the big Christians. You even spend $20,000 a year to send your kid to a private Christian school. That's how important your faith is to you. And in this moment, you're just an abject racist. Are you kidding me? So, living in the Bible Belt, I have seen that evangelical Christians in particular, and this doesn't extend to Black Christians because they had to lean into more the MLK human rights, but the white evangelical Christian movement is just, I mean, it lacks morals entirely. And being around these people, I literally had a physical reaction. Like, I don't want to be in a room with people that treat other human beings this disgustingly because of the color of their skin. Little Black basketball players. I mean, like, how depraved are these people? All right, next up we have